Joining us today is Captain Vic Justic, CEO of the Port of Broome, who'll be presenting at IIR's Kimberley Energy and Resources Development Conference on the 3rd to 4th of May 2010 in Broome. Hello Vic, thank you for joining us.
Yes, good afternoon, James.
What are your thoughts, firstly, on the future resources sector expansion plans for the Kimberley?
Well, I'm only privy to some of them. Obviously, the resources industry likes to keep their projects close to their chest until they're ready to advise, but the expansion plans that I do know about, I believe, will serve to recession-proof the region. If you look at in the past where the tourism and hospitality industry has taken a nosedive, there have been the pilot strike, the SARS epidemic, the Bali bombing, the Ansett collapse, financial downturns. We've just seen a recent sign of that. So I think that resource sector will tend to stabilise the region, provide some form of financial stability.
And how will the Port of Broome benefit from such expansion?
Well, at the present, most of the port's work occurs in the dry season when the cattle industry is busy. The resources industry, on the other hand, needs port support all year round, which means that employment at the port and money getting fed back into the region will benefit. It's not just the port that benefits. The port itself is a driver for the region.
What is the relevance of a port authority to resources development?
The resources industry seems to concentrate on their core businesses and their core functions, and managing a port is not one of the resource industry core functions. So, in a sense, they outsource the maritime side of their logistics activity to a port authority, and port authorities have been around for many, many years, and we've got it weighed off pretty well.
What are the future development plans for the Port of Broome?
The short-term aim for the port is to conduct works that are essential for the development and the maintenance of our land and infrastructure. Longer term, we're looking fairly well into the future, and we're preparing plans for a potential expanded range of services, and we're also trying to gaze into our crystal ball and work out what various industries will require of us over a 20-year period.
You're speaking at IIR's Kimberley Energy and Resources Development Conference on the 3rd to 4th of May 2010 in Broome. What will you be discussing in your presentation?
Well, I'm ranging through a number of things. The primary aim in my presentation is to describe the relevance of port authorities to the resources industry. So I'll be describing why port authorities exist, what they do, including the type of industry support we provide, and how we aid the development of resource industry logistics. I'll be speaking about how in the early stages of resource developments, we help them prepare various submissions for project approvals. I'll be talking about how port authorities are great risk mitigators for port users. We take on a lot of the risk, and we then look after the safety and other aspects of the port activities. The port authorities also can act as an interface between industry and the relevant government departments. The port authorities have an ongoing relationship with the government departments because in a lot of ways the port authorities are a commercial arm of the state government. We're also a force of good for safety, and the resources industry in particular requires logistics surety, and safety is a very important factor in avoiding logistics delays, and port authorities handle emergency response. We also provide crises management services. One of the things that have occurred over recent years is the coming of maritime security. We provide maritime security management services, and We also can assist in minimising the intermodal costs within the logistics chain, and we help in maximising efficiency. So I'll be speaking on quite a grab bag of things that are near and dear to the heart of the resources industry, and not just the resources industry, any other industry that requires maritime support.
Are events such as this important for the resources sector and major ports such as yours?
I think it is very good. A lot of people can obtain intelligence on what is planned. One of the issues for ports in particular is that any major development at a port takes about 3 years from inception to when the service is either being provided or the infrastructure is available. So if we can gain a heads up on what is being planned by various organisations, then that assists our forward planning. It's also a good venue to meet people, to be able to make contacts, and also it's an opportunity for port authorities, for example, to advise industry on various things that they may not know about. Observing that the resources industry people may be more interested in kicking rocks and so forth, they may not know all of the processes that will be required.
Captain Vic Justic, many thanks for speaking with us today. We look forward to your presentation at the event.
Thank you, James.